She's a part-time model.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with my update on this unit. This is the Outre Dominican Blowout Straight. If you haven't seen my original review, I'll leave a link in the description box, so go watch that if you haven't seen it. But I'm not calling this a 2 week update because it hasn't been 2 weeks. It's been like more like 4 weeks, almost 4 weeks. It's been really long. I didn't mean for it to stretch out that long, but the holidays and it's just been crazy. So I meant to come back in 2 weeks, but good news is that this wig hasn't changed pretty much at all since like the 2 weeks passed. So it's pretty much the same now that it would have been back then. So this is the same review I would be giving if it was the 2 week review. So I'm just calling this, I mean, the 2 week update. So I'm just calling this the update. Okay, so like I said, this is the Outre Dominican Blowout Straight. It's the yaki texture, as you can see. And this is what the parting space still looks like. I didn't pluck it. Like I said, I wasn't going to pluck it, and I didn't. So this is what it looks like now after 4 weeks. It's the back and the front. Like I said, it looked like this after 2 weeks as well. So, and this hair has gotten rained on and everything. So I think it's held up pretty well. As far as synthetic wigs go, this is definitely like up there as one of the wigs that definitely holds up. Let me move this down so you can see it. Some synthetic wigs start looking like trash after a couple weeks, but this one definitely still looks good. The ends, as you can see, are getting a little frayed. You know how they start getting kind of frizzy. As you can see, it's starting to get there a little bit. The ends, it's not too bad because that part is underneath. So when it's in the back, the nicer hair is on the top, and it still looks good. I'm still wearing this wig off and on. I am getting a new wig soon, don't worry, but I rarely wear synthetic wigs this long, only if they still look good, and this one still does, aside from a little bit of fraying at the end I just showed you guys. Only thing with this wig is the shedding, and as I'm finger combing it right now, I am pulling out hair. That is the only thing with this unit that I will say I do not like. It sheds like a bitch. This wig sheds so much. Everywhere there is like hair just on the ground. I mean, if I'm just finger combing it, I find hair all over my clothes. You know, my daughter, she's almost 1.5, and when she crawls on the ground, she's always like picking up hair, and it's this hair, and it's everywhere. Like, it's all on the carpet. Like, this wig sheds a lot. So that is one thing I will say. I am not a huge fan of that. Everything else with this wig is good. Like, I like how it still looks. It really doesn't tangle that much. It's really, really good with It's really, really good with not tangling. You still get a little bit, but you can seriously just run your fingers through it and get out the knots. It's not bad. Like, some wigs get super tangled in the nape of the neck especially, and this wig doesn't get tangled. The only issue is shedding with this wig. It sheds a lot, and it's not getting any better. I thought maybe it's because of I cut the lace or whatever, but it's like I said, it's been 4 weeks and this wig is still shedding like a bitch. So that's the bad thing about this wig. Another thing about this wig, and maybe it's just my head, the way my head is shaped, or maybe I just cut the lace a little bit too close, but this wig definitely has a problem with sliding back. There's been many occasions where I've like looked in the mirror when I was out somewhere and my wig is like back here. I'm having to like pull it up. It just slides back on my head. There are two combs like right here and right here. And even with the combs in, this wig still finds a way to just like move back on my head. And it's tight. It fits nice and snug. It doesn't move around. Like, if I do this, like, it's on there. And so the fact that it just keeps sliding back is really annoying. I'm constantly having to move it up like this, and it'll stay like that for a couple of minutes, but slowly it'll just start creeping back. So that is an issue as well, but everything else is pretty good. Yeah, just the shedding and the hair moving back, but as you can see, it still looks good. It still has movement. This wasn't really a thick wig to begin with, and with all the shedding, of course, it's kind of thinned out a little bit, but it still has body. It's still cute. So would I recommend this wig? Yes, I would. It's still a really good wig, especially to be looking like this after 4 weeks. The shedding is an issue, and the wig sliding back is an issue, but not deal breakers. This is still a really good wig to have, and it was super cheap. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it was super cheap. So to still be wearing this wig after all that time and for it to still be looking like this, like, definitely worth the money. So I definitely recommend this wig. And yeah, so I'll leave links in the description box where you can get this wig. I put it in my initial review, but I'll put it in the description box for this video if you want to get it. And yeah, so that's my update on this unit. Really wasn't much to say. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. My next video should be up definitely by next week. Maybe I'll put another one up this week, I'm not sure, but in the meantime, follow me on all my social media as always, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
She's a part-time model.